delay more. Others can join, no issues. It's their responsibility to join the session on time. Okay, to respect the other timings as well. Okay, well, can you see the screen, please? Please confirm.
Yes.
Oh, well, thanks. So, you guys are aware? We have discussed so far basic introduction as a consultant should know. Just we have spent almost close to 3 days, like the opportunities and what are offerings, some basic fundamentals information which I have discussed. Since yesterday onwards, we are doing a configuration, that is a basic configuration for general ledger, as well as you can call it as a common configuration as well. So common configuration, we can do both the ways. One is through manual process. Another way is doing through rapid implementation sheet. As part of exercise, we are doing manual process where you guys can understand and where to navigate and each and every activity level. If I go ahead and directly demonstrate on rapid process, for you, it's a bit difficult in case something issues which you find while uploading the rapid process. Hence, we are going through first manual process. Later, we are going to do the rapid implementation process. So whenever you start working on the consultant role, this would be the generic approach which we follow, like sequence. Everything is going to be follow as a sequence, because without defining a calendar, I cannot able to do the ledger definition. Same way, without don't define your primary ledger, I cannot able to do the specify ledger option definition. Without doing a legal address definition, I cannot able to move on the legal entity definition. So there are processes which you need to follow as a sequence. Not only for this particular module, this would be common across for all modules. Without defining my payment terms, I cannot able to move on to the reference data set definition. Everything is going to be interlinked. Without defining my supplier, I cannot able to define supplier address. Without defining supplier address, I cannot able to define supplier sites. Okay, so same way, everything is gonna be interlinked to each other. When it coming to transaction process, it's not like that. Without performing standard invoice creation also, if you wanted to directly create on any other activity, you can go ahead and perform that. Example, prepayment activity you wanted to start directly, yes, you can go ahead and do that. Configuration, you need to follow some standards as well as with a sequential flow. Then only you can able to achieve your complete configuration. Okay, well, as part of the definition, 4 C's we have discussed yesterday, calendar and currencies. And also we have discussed how many segments you can able to create, what is value set, how it is interlinked value set to segments. Okay. And in general, any company, basically how many segments count they are gonna recommend and all. So we have discussed maximum cases, 9 segments should be sufficient to fulfill any kind of requirement. So here, as part of our training, we are considering only 4 segments, like company, account, department, and future one. As I said, what is the use of future? In case in future, if the business is expanding, so in case they wanted to introduce any new segment, so we cannot able to edit the structure at that time. For that reason, we are giving future 1, future 2, future 3 segments, kind of future references. But till that time, we can go ahead and use this some standard default values with some zeros and all. Okay, we'll see that how basically how that's gonna work and all, we are gonna see that. Okay, well, now let's go ahead and create the value sets. Okay, so I've already logged into the application. Where is that? It's like this. Okay, just sign in. Once you sign in, the application will be open. You guys aware? Okay. Right. This is something your generic user. What user we need to log in? We have created one user, right? Log in with that user. This is our user. Okay. Because desired roles, everything we are gonna assign to this user. We are gonna use everything like kind of configuration or anything. We are gonna use that. Okay. So I see, I get to know that 6 or 7 participants already registered. I see less today. Maybe the passcode is changed. Maybe people are not checked the email IDs for that reason. Just I get to know information. No issues. Anyway, recording is available. They can refer that. Not a problem. And remember, waiting for one person, it won't be good. And whenever you start working on the project, we need to respect the timings. So as I mentioned, we are going to start the session sharp by 7:05. Please plan, accordingly. Okay, that's what my request. Waiting for one person or two persons, it won't be good. Okay, and we need to respect timings and we need to focus on our topics also. And duration also, it's very, very important to complete the deliverables within the timelines. Okay, just do this kind of exercise. Just consider that it's a real-time project which you guys are working. Okay, so that it will be easy for you to get habituated. Okay, timings and the is very, very important. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that. As I mentioned, chart of accounts value set which we are going to define now. Every activity, the task name is very, very important to know. Okay, to move on. Let's go ahead and do that. How many ways we can able to do the configuration? How many ways or how many ways you can navigate? Please, any one of you.
Through the rapid implementation switch and through the menu. Just now we have what we are doing.
No. See, how many ways you can able to configure that? I'm telling you, my question is how many ways you can navigate? Navigation I'm talking about.
Directly through the search window or from the task, I believe.
Text FSM, or else you can navigate to project, or else you can navigate to your global search. Okay, let's go ahead and define from here. Okay, maximum cases you can go ahead and define from here, or else whatever the way you feel comfortable either project or else maybe from the global search, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, manage chart of accounts. Just search with that. You can see whatever the task which are starting with manage chart of accounts, all will be available here. Let's go ahead and one by one. Let's create that. How many value sets we decided to go ahead with? Which are 4. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Guys, process wise, it's going to be same. In case if you wanted to search any existing value sets which are already available in the system, please go ahead and type it and you can able to see that. Okay. So we are going to create new. Always see here, just say create it. Once you create it, you can able to see. We are following one naming convention. Just give the naming convention. Like, what is the naming convention here? We are using AUG. Follow the same. Okay. So rather giving like that, you can give like this. Okay. For user ID, we have given one, but remaining all, we are going to follow the naming convention like this. Okay. AUGN. And remember, the name should be unique, guys. If you give some duplicate name, which is already available in the system, you cannot able to complete that activity. Okay. So just keep in mind that also. Okay, once you started doing practice and you guys can easily follow that, not a problem. So here, region company, and the module. Which module is part of? It's part of
General ledger.
general ledger, yes. In case you wanted to do for fixed assets, yes, you can do. See here, we see lot many validation types. Basically here, not 99%, I can say 100%. So how you wanted to define the validation type? Validation type always, see here, whenever you define value sets, always this should be independent. For example, whenever you guys are going to define the assets category flex fill, in case if you wanted to define minor category and major category, at that time we are going to take as a dependent and independent dependency. We can see that. Okay. Here, and the data type would be character. The moment once you click on or once you select the character here, value set type, it's going to be text. The moment it's going to select that text, right, it's going to ask you the maximum length, means how many characters you wanted to give that. Means, for example, the company, how many characters, like how many length, like 4 numbers or 5 numbers or 6 numbers or 7 numbers, how many you wanted to give, we can go ahead and give that. Of course, we are going to do the validation. If I give a validation like maximum length is 4, when I try to enter the value set value as 5, system will not allow you. Everything is going to be interlinked, guys. Okay. So let's go ahead and give the value set. It's going to be company, right? Let's give some value, maybe 4. Okay. And just say here, once you create it, just save it.
So
In
can you
case,
just,
yeah, please.
sir, can you please click on validation type once, please?
Which one?
Validation type option.
Okay, so here it is already, once it is saved, it won't be editable field. Okay, next value we are going to see that. Okay,
sure.
yeah. And one more thing, that security enable is there. This can be used at the time of security rule definition. Okay, just time being, just understand the concept. Okay, well, here what we have given, company, module, and maximum length. Same way, how many you wanted to define, you can go ahead and define. We have decided to go with 4. Same way, you can go ahead and define with your next. Here, manage values and all, we are going to talk about that, how to add the value set values and all. Let's say save and close. If you wanted to search with that, you can go ahead and search with that now. It will be available now. Okay, here, company, it will be available now. Okay, this way. Same way, you can go ahead and this would be account. Same way, you can go ahead and define the definition. Value set type always would be independent. Yeah, here we are saying something. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So here the option is the character number, you know. I don't know if you remember in the EBS, we have, there is one more profile option.
Correct.
There is a profile.
The
option itself is a profile. So, you know, so I think that option they have removed.
In this in cloud, it is not available. That is not available.
Remember, sir, it was available in EBS. I don't know.
Profile, so let's say profile exactly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Click on validation type.
Yeah, this size you can see that.
No. Validation type, not data type.
Oh, here, okay, independent, dependent. Okay, here you are talking about.
Yeah, just like table is there, na? There is a one more profile.
Called as a profile.
That name is profile only, correct? So that is not available actually. Okay. So basically sorry, just for a second. So significance for the profile option is that, let's say for example, we have a multiple users, you know, and my balancing segment is that, then directly I can assign it. So whenever going for the transaction, automatically that particular balancing segment is available. But anyway, now they have removed even the responsibility also. So, you know, because might be that reason.
Yes. So what you need to do is, anyway, you are already working on EBS, right? Just make a note on that. Okay.
Okay.
In case if someone asks you what is the difference and change, so that we can able to explain that. So it will be
correct.
Kind of change. Okay, it will be kind
correct.
of change.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So just move on the text, and here account. I wanted to give account also with 4 length. Okay. Just say save and close. And next, just say add it. What other thing? Department. Let's copy paste it. Okay. Whenever you do practice, please use a different naming convention. And also, when I try to use the same naming convention, example, if you wanted to go ahead with the same example, which is already defined, just move on type. See here. See, the value set is already available. Okay. So you cannot able to move on. It should be always unique. When you do your practice, just give a different naming convention. As I mentioned, just followed by a number you follow, so that for it is easy to paste the details that will be shown in the top. Okay. That's what I recommend. Use a and remaining characters, whatever you use your name, whatever the naming convention, that is fine. Okay. And the moment once you complete one value set definition, automatically whichever which you used initially, that is going to be come in the top. Okay. This would be general activity irrespective of any kind of configuration which you do. Okay. Whenever you select a code combination also, the moment once you select the account, automatically no need to go and search that. You can just click on that and you can able to see the value there. You can just update that. A department, I wanted to give a department like as a 2 characters. Okay, just a save and close. Basically, here under save and close, here you can see one button called save and create another. But unfortunately, in this instance, test instance, it is not available. It's a bug actually. Okay. I will show you in some other areas. You can see that option, save and create another. The drop down will be shown. The moment once you put a cursor here, it will be available. But unfortunately, in this instance, particular this page, it is not available. Okay. So next is future. Same we can define up to 30. Again, I'm telling you, this is a manual process which you are trying to follow. Once this is completed, no need to do anything manually. Everything come from the rapid process. Once the data preparation is done, we can go ahead and verify the details. Okay.
It will create it from the rapid implementation stage itself, correct?
Yes, yes, everything can be taken care, but you need to just come here and validate that how the data is loaded and okay.
Understood.
Yeah. So here maximum length, which I'm giving as a 2. Okay. Just say save and close. So now if you wanted to search with what are value sets which are there with AUGN, here you can able to identify. For example, sometimes what will happen, your validation type, sometimes without knowing, if you select the dependent, it's going to be issue, right? So what you need to do, just come again here, just edit this. You can see this as a kind of not editable field. If whenever you do any activity, remember few things you need to make a note. Once I define, because I came across lot many issues, because whenever I do any kind of configuration, if I rather taking independent, if I take something dependent, just assume that, think in a realistic way. Even other person is also monitoring what I am doing, means like 4eyes kind of support we are doing implementation. In the, without knowing my intention or other person intention, we have taken that as a dependent and save. So whenever you do any kind of activity, recommendation is, till possible extent, it's not at all going to be mandatory, but for the sake of to know better process to avoid the issues, whenever you define, just understand what is editable field and what is non-editable field. For example, if you give a description something wrong, later on you can come and you can modify that. And maximum length, yes, till the transaction process happen, you can come here and you can edit that. But something which are not editable fields, you need to be very, very careful. Because when we have done some implementation, we have given some wrong values in the production environment. What it's gonna do, it will create some dummy values in the system. Of course, you can use that like kind of do not use something, and you can create another value set. That way we can do. But recommendation is better to not to create that kind of situation. Okay, to edit something on any activity level. Okay. Prepare your own document like BR100 or MC50, manage configuration of BR100, business requirement document. You can just go ahead and refer, understand what are editable fields and what are not editable, so that it will be easy for you to avoid the issues later on.
Sir, I have a question. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Just I have a question. Can you just again go to the that value sets, please? See here, it's always recommended, whereas in the case of the chart of account, it should be the independent, correct?
Correct.
And this security enabled features. So this basically security enabled feature is for the security rules, correct? So if I can enable, then I can create the security rules.
Correct. You're correct.
Okay, got it.
We'll see that security rule. We'll try to enable any one of the value set, and we'll see that, okay, as part of security rule definition.
Yeah, but normally security rules, I think in the company sets, company value sets, I mean, that is first, not for the account or anywhere. Anyway, we'll check it.
Department, maybe you can take that, not a problem. Department also, we can take that. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, value set definition is completed. Okay, now structure can be defined by using the value set definition. Okay, we'll see that, how to define. Compare with EBS, the process bit, navigation bit changed. Okay, so you need to be very careful. Okay, so here we wanted to search with the direct particular task, you can go ahead and search it, or else if you wanted to go ahead and directly whatever which is available, you can go ahead and, okay, just say structure. Here this is a structure which we are defining for your accounting. So just search with your key flexibility. This is how you need to navigate. There is no other way. Why we are entering the accounting? Because this is how we need to move on. Okay, so just say accounting. The moment once you click on accounting, you can able to see general ledger and key accounting flexi field as accounting flexi field, and key code is GL. This by default which is available. No need to do anything from our side now. And here you can see deployment status is now deployed. The date is showing as a 2/23. So deployment status is very important. The moment once you create any structure or any structure instance, anything if you update, until unless if you don't complete your deployment with this here success status or deployed status, the whatever the changes which you have done, it's not at all going to be reflected in your system. Okay, deployment is nothing but your compile in your EBS artifact. Okay, now what we are going to do now, we are going to define the structure. Let's come here and structure. Click on structure. Here, if you wanted to search with any existing structure which is already available, just you can go ahead and search with that, and you can do the necessary changes. Just say save it, and you can come here. After you've done any changes, this will be updated to edited status. This would not, by default, it's not at all going to be available in deployed status. You need to complete your deployment. Anyway, we are going to see that. Okay, so just say add it. So structure code, I wanted to define with the naming convention accounting. Okay, yeah, AUG accounting, yeah, or else you can give a structure also, no problem. The name and the description. See here, this is by default, it is enabled. Until unless if I don't save this, these fields are not at all going to be enabled. Okay, here delimited, you can give the delimited breakup. See here, even after updating everything also, this is not an, still it is in not like kind of enabled. Okay, so here, for example, okay, if you define the structure which is something defined incorrectly, you can disable this. Once you disable this structure is not at all going to be available. Okay, it's not at all going to be used, or by default it's not at all going to be shown from the drop down also. Let's say save it. The moment once you save it, you can able to see. Even once you save it, if you see, name can be editable, description can be editable, and code cannot be editable. You need to be very careful what is editable field and what is non-editable field. For example, tomorrow you are assigned for general ledger project or general ledger module to your kind of assignment from your organization or maybe from the client perspective. So you need to be just take care all this, how the activities working, what are editable fields, what are non-editable fields, particularly on few areas which whenever you do the configuration. Okay, Well, now we are defining the structure. The moment once I click on the add button, here, how many value sets which we have defined? By using that, you can go ahead and define your all this definition. Here, the segments labels which are available, this is something, it's equivalent to your FlexiField qualifier. Segment labels, you can call it in cloud, and FlexiField qualifiers, you can call it in EBS. Okay. And the segment code. What is the segment code you wanted to use? You wanted to follow the same naming convention, or else you wanted to give the only company, it's up to you. You can give that. As part of training, I wanted to follow the same naming convention. API name automatically that will be available. Okay. And description you can update. Sequence number, you can update that. Prompt you can give as it is. And short prompt you can give whatever you wanted to give. Let's give short prompt I'm giving as a company. And display width. So whenever you define the company, how many naming conventions, for example, Tata Limited, or TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, or Wipro Limited, some companies would be huge, maybe, the naming wise. Okay. So you can give a display width, how many characters you wanted to give. More than that, system will not allow you. Okay. Let's give some 30.
So display width, we can change any point in time, correct?
Yes, we can change that. Yes. So once you save this, you can come here and you can come back and you can check that what is editable field and what is not editable field. Okay. Here, column name is always here. You can select that as a segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, segment. Here you can see up to 30 segments will be available. 31 segment will not be available. If you see here.
Minimum 2 and maximum 30.
Yes. Maximum 30. Yes. Yeah, 30. You can approve. Here, there are attributes are there. Okay, segments here. See, only 30 segments. Okay. Because system is defined such a way. And here, this is very, very important. Default value set code. How it is interlinked to your structure definition. Here you can see. Whatever value set which you have defined earlier, correct? All are available here. Just search with your naming convention AUGM. Okay. See, all are available. And here also very, very important. Whenever you define your company's segment, don't select your company. Sorry, don't select your account. Or don't select your department. Or don't select your future. Just select only company. You need to be very, very careful. Okay. This is something, whatever which you are trying to map with the segment, with against value set, you need to be very careful. Okay.
So the default value set basically means we are here mapping our segment versus value sets, correct?
Exactly, correct. Value set against. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Don't assign, for example, you are defining company segment. Don't assign value set called department or maybe account. You need to be very, very careful. Okay. Is that clear? Mapping the importance?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here you can see segment labels. You can see lot many segments labels which are there. You guys are aware, company is always going to be used primary balancing segment. What is the use of assigning the primary balance segment or segment level, whatever you can call it, or flexible? What is the use of assigning this primary balance segment to value set codes?
See, my balancing segments value means that I'm going to run the trial balance from this level. And yeah, whenever I'm using intra-company transaction and all those, so that's going to settle at the company level. So that's the reasons we are using as a primary balancing segment.
Yes, exactly. I want simple definition. I wanted to see the balances at our company level. That's it. Simple as. Okay. Well, here also save and close, create next would be there, but unfortunately here it is not available. Same way, just say save and close. Again, come here and just again here. Let's move on with here account, copy paste it. Okay. Sequence number. When I try to give a one sequence number, when I try to save it, system will not allow. Okay. Always remember the sequence to be followed properly. And here also give some display with whatever. Give some 30 standard, no problem. Here column name, segment 1 which I have selected, that by default it will be moved. Okay. Means it's indicating that segment 1 is already mapped to another value set. Same way here, the account. Let's search with that. What is we are defining here? Account, right? Let's select the and account. We need to assign the segment label. Yes, because this is company per company and account. You need to map the segment label. Otherwise, there is no use of defining your structure or any segments or value set and all. You cannot able to move on. Account, why we are assigning the segment label as account for, natural account for account segment? Please, any one of you. Why we are assigning this?
See, otherwise what happen, if we are not assigning the accounts as a natural account, then you are going for the values, then you should require that value account type like liabilities, their expenses, that won't be available.
Exactly. So basically, why we are assigning the natural account segment to the account segment? Because tomorrow, once you started doing the transaction process, like definitely every account is gonna need to be considered either it's expense or revenue or ownership equity or liability or asset or anything. So if you wanted to segregate that, you need to assign this because okay, once we assign this, how system is gonna know that? That's what I said yesterday. Application is already well developed. We are trying to configure or to perform our functional requirement, how you wanted to function the application based on your business requirement. Okay, let's say 7 close. 2 are completed. Same way you can do for other. Okay. Don't update API key name. API key name by default it's gonna take. Okay. Sequence number would be 3, prompt this, and you can give short name like DEPT department. Display width you can give some 25. And your segment 2 is completed. Segment 3 you can select that. And also you can assign your department, AUGN. Same way you can define n number of segments mapping this way. Here also department, if you wanted to map the segment label, yes, we can map, but it's not mandatory. Department basically are cost center. Department or cost center, both are same. Okay, just I'm using the naming convention of department. Cost center wise or department wise, you can call it. Okay, so if you wanted to track the information, anything related to department, so segment label, you need to map that. What is the segment label here? You can able to see the segment label called
Cost
as
center.
a cost center. Let me map that cost center segment. Okay, this is fine. Yeah. Remaining are, yeah, please.
Yeah, in this column name, while we are selecting segment 3, it was showing segment 2 as well. But when we were doing the first, second.
Yeah. Even I noticed, but something, something like a system thing issue. When I try to select this, even though system will throw the error.
Oh.
Okay, it's already existing. Okay, but basically it is not showing. Sometimes it's showing something. It's something instance issue. Okay, please understand that way. Otherwise, because this is a test instance, right? Definitely we can see some issues in test instance compared with your real-time instance. Okay, these are all the bugs, right? In real time, if you see this kind of issue, you can raise a Oracle SR and get that fixed. But in test instance, no one is there to support. By default, whenever they plan to fix all the issues, they fix that. That's it. But we need to use the application such a way. Okay. Well, just say 7.
Sorry, correct second. Sorry.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Can you just go to again any one of them?
Yeah, let me create another one, right? So
okay, fine. Here,
yeah.
so earlier in the segment labels, there was only 5 segment label was there in TL, like balancing segments and everything. Now, why there are lots of, or they just for the testing purpose they have created?
Exactly. See here, the future segment, GSP, these are all something, which are defined in the system. This is basically test instance, right? This everyone can play how they wanted to. Okay. Yeah.
And second question is that now we can track if the primary balancing segment, secondary tracking balancing segment likewise, So as per your experience, are you using this functionality or still you can settle down with the primary balancing segment only?
We'll discuss about that. Just
okay.
Yeah, I will explain about that because even recently, I got an opportunity to understand more on that. Okay. Let's see. Something future. Okay. This is completed. Okay, well, that's a valid question which you raised. Basically, primary balancing segment, secondary balancing segment, and okay, you can consider that. Okay, third balance segment. Just allow me. Let me query that document in my system, which I have noted. Okay. Because this is one of the recent discussion for one of the company people raised. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I got it. So let me share it again back. Please confirm. Can you able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so here if you see, it's a good question and good to know as well. Okay, even until unless if you come across, you never know that. For example, here basically, how you wanted to, what is the use of using primary and secondary and all? Okay, so here example, let's take if geographical level. Okay, for example, if the business is running more than 2 or 3 countries, okay, if you wanted to track the information, okay, primary is nothing but in case if you don't want to track like as a primary and secondary and third segment, in case you wanted to track only primary segment, you can go ahead and simply assign same way how we are doing. Generally that would be the generic approach, but my client requirement is they wanted to maintain the primary and secondary. Basically, how it's gonna work. For example, Reliance you can take. Here, this is gonna be first. Basically, you need to be mapped that as a group level. Then level. Second one is gonna be a geographical level. Third segment you can map at your legal entity level. Okay, so that if you map the segment label such a way, so that based on this, a reporting team can generate the reports. Okay, how? Basically based on the requirement, either group level they wanted to track, either geographical level they wanted to track, or legal entity level they are going to track that. Okay, the main reason behind having a different segment label like a primary, secondary, and third segment here, this is the reason why we are gonna define such a way. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is one of the question which come across in my whenever I follow the trainings and all. Okay, so most of them are not answered, but this is how we can able to manage. Simple. In case someone asks you what is the use of defining your primary balance segment, secondary is let's take simple example. For example, Reliance Industry is there. If you wanted to assign primary balance segment, yes, you can assign at your group level. Secondary, it's gonna be geographical level. Third, it's gonna be your legal entity level. Simple as that. Okay. Basically, in real time, mostly no one is gonna be used. In case in advanced purpose, in case if they wanted to use that, maybe such a way we can define that. Okay?
At least out of 100, 90% they are not using this functionality.
Correct. Not even 90, 99, we can say that.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Just say save and close. Now what we have completed, we have defined our structured instances. Okay, so today's right. See, the moment once you save and close, and also you can come here and you can verify that the name and the segment code. If you follow the both same, so it will be easy for you to do kind of validation. If there is account, if you add segment code as either department future, total configuration would be wrong. Correct? So because validation, everything is going to be considered different way. Okay, just say save it, just say save and close. The moment once you save and close, just say done it, you can see the status, what it is showing, edited. Earlier,
We need to deploy it, then only we can use this.
Correct. Earlier it was deployed. So just say deployed. Until unless if you don't complete your deployment, you cannot able to move. As it's a test instance, you can able to complete the deployment in a minute. In real time also we can see, but some other instance, we can see some challenges while doing the deployment. Okay. So this, once the deployment is completed, what we are going to do, remember the structure instance is going to be defined against your structure. When it coming to EBS RTL, we don't have this feature instance. Directly we used to define your structure and we need to just deploy that. But
Correct.
structure
Structure instance features we don't have it.
It is not there. This is newly introduced. Why they have introduced random, we are going to discuss that. Okay, let's just wait for a couple of minutes to complete the deployment. The percentage also you can track it here. It's almost done. Basically, in training, we never show this deployment. Okay. Basically, we'll submit and we'll close the session, and next I will see. But good that we are seeing this deployment status completed. Start a new session. Runtime application to view the changes. As I said, whatever the changes which you have done, see here, it's going to be available. So better, what you need to do is just sign out and sign in to avoid the issues. AUGM _1, right? Let me publish here everything. Square. This is sign. Now, structure is completed. Now, structure instances we need to define. Why the structure instance is defined? So here, structure instance can be defined against your structure. That is the definition. And more important is, if I define a structure, I cannot able to do anything. If I complete the structure instance, then only the structure can be used. That is one thing. I can go ahead and use the structure, whatever which I have defined. to multiple instances. If I wanted to create, yes, I can create that based on my business requirement. Why the structure instance they have introduced? Because through the structure instance only, whatever the value sets which segments which are created, the data is going to be stored in a S-based data cubes. Okay, S-based cubes. Then only the reports and the information can be captured there. Okay, the main reason behind is the instance is going to be hit respective, S-based data cubes. From there, data can be available, the transactions against it. Okay, let's go ahead and define your structure again, instance.
So
Same,
basically for the reporting purposes, data cubes and all, correct?
exactly. The data is going to be stored in S-based data cubes. Okay, from there, reporting team can generate the reports. Okay, so manage chart of accounts. Just search with that. You can see that. Yeah, structure and structure instance, everything, whatever which is name is matching, automatically it will come. Just say structure instance. Here, system is going to ask whenever you try to see here the same way here. Key accounting, yes, accounting, or else you can search with ACC also fine. Here earlier we have done the changes. Yes, now earlier we have defined the structure. Now structure instance. Both are interlinked, guys. In case you wanted to query any structure instances which is already available in the system, yes, you can search with that. Example, let me show you by searching our structure, which we defined, right? Earlier we have defined it newly, but now we completed our structure. Just search with that AUGN. Here, this is our. In case you wanted to go ahead and refer that, yes, how many segments are there, how it is mapped, and all, you can come here and you can see that. In case if some wrong configuration is done and all. Okay, well, let's say 7 close. Now I have not modified anything. This still remains deployment. In case if I modify something, automatically that will update with the edited status. Okay. Now I wanted to create newly. Let's give a same naming convention like accounting. Flex, you can give something. Okay. The API name automatically it will fetch name. See here.
So
The structure.
in the structure instances, we are linking structure instance towards existing structure which we have created. Correct?
Exactly. Here, see, that's what exactly I'm coming here. Okay. So structure instance code and all, you can update it here. Structure name. Which structure name again is you wanted to map it here. This is our structure. Until unless if you don't define your structure, you cannot able to define your structure instance. So for that reason, you need to be complete the structure first. The same reason we are following one sequence. Until unless if I don't complete this, I cannot able to move on. If I don't complete this, I cannot able to move such a way. Okay. Well,
Okay.
the moment once I select the structure, whatever segments which are there under it, here we have defined 4, right? Automatically that will be available.
Correct. So, okay, fine. Sir, just a second. So here the dynamic combinations and all those things are which are related to cross relation rule like shorthand alliances. Earlier, everything was in the one screen only, if you remember in ABS, but now they have divided it into screen like structure and structure instances.
Correct. In case you wanted to disable this dynamic combination, yes, you can disable that. Correct. And shorthand aliases like, right, short code combination.
Yeah, shorthand aliases is no, actually. Like, so for example, my company name is very long and I want to just give it TA, some data is there. So TA, Reliance is there. So RE. So, that sort of thing.
Yeah, shorthand alliances is nothing but it's a kind of, defining one code combination which can be used every day. So I can go ahead and do that. Of course, it's already there. Account aliases, you can call it. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, just you can see here whatever which segment code which are available under structure that can be. Okay, here you wanted to modify something, you can come here and you can go ahead and do that. Where the moment once you define your structure, it's very, very important. See here, just click on edit. See, the edit key flex field here. Displayed and BA is nothing but reporting level. Here, the required you need to be enabled. Means this value set and the segment code linkage you wanted to put this. Then only this value set and segment linkage should be considered. Okay, you can say this as a required. Not only for this, you need to enable for all. Okay, you make it a question. Yes, we are doing manually. For the reason we are coming here and we are doing everything. But when I follow the rapid process, how it's going to be taken care? Any guesses?
Sorry, sir.
See here, whenever we define a structured instance, we are updating the structure name and we are enabling this required option and all. But when I follow rapid process,
So,
how it's going to be taken care?
in the rapid implementation, it must be field is available.
No, field is not available particularly, but automatically system is going to taken care, everything to update, like including enabling the required option, everything it's going to be taken care. Okay.
Okay.
So that's
So
how
there
this
is one option.
Mhm.
Okay, fine, you go ahead.
That's how the system is defined. Okay, system is developed. Okay, so whenever you process rapid process, everything is gonna be taken care, whatever we are doing, including calendar creation, currency enablement, value set definition, chart of accounts definition, deployment, including deployment also can be taken care by system automatically. No need to do anything manually. As I mentioned here, now you guys are getting some understand the navigation process, how to do everything manually tomorrow in case any modifications are required, how to navigate that. So hoping that you guys are following, and maybe once you started doing your practice and all, you will get to know better navigation. But if I go ahead and directly demonstrate on rapid process, that won't
Then
be
it won't be
good.
available. All these
Yeah,
small things, it won't be available. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
will
correct.
not available, and it's very tough to come back here how to fix the issues and all. If you know this process, simply by referring this, you can fix all the issues, whatever which you face through rapid process. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sir, I have one question actually. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got disconnected in between. So
Yeah.
there was a tree structure option was there. So exactly what is the use of the tree structure segment?
Tree structure basically here manage hierarchies, it is there. Okay, accounting hierarchies. How the accounting hierarchies
So
basically
that will take later on, correct?
yes, we are gonna see that. Basically, tree structure, here tree is nothing but some kind of interlink like hierarchy. So let's assume that in EBS 1000 is code your parent, and these are all the child, correct? So
Okay.
here in EBS, we can go ahead and directly map under this by adding a parent handle. But in EBS, in cloud, it's not like that. There is a different approach. We need to do that handle. We are going to see as part of our rapid process. Okay. We are going to upload few parent values and few child values. How to search that handle, we are going to see that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Hoping the deployment is completed. Still it is running. Start doing a practice. In case if you find any challenges, please discuss in next day session. 5 minutes we'll spend there to avoid the issues, and don't whenever you doing a practice, don't wait maybe next day. You can force the issue to Prasad so that he will direct to me and will be taken care. Okay, practice wise, please, my recommendation is always try to complete practice as much as you can. Okay, whenever you get a time.
We'll start from this weekend, sir.
Yeah, without doing a practice, I'm telling you, whenever we demonstrate, you feel that okay, it's very simple, it's very easy. But when it coming to reality, it's very tough to even, you cannot able to create a calendar also. That kind of challenges, we see that. Okay, so just do your practice better so that it will be easy for you. Now deployment is completed well. Now, next, defining. Okay, this is also completed, and I'm mentioning the date also. No need to even bother about one which day what is cover and all. Okay, so you can just come here directly and refer that. Okay, next, creating the value set values. Yes, we'll create some sample values for each segment. Okay, but rapid process we are going to see some 300 plus values, but here just how to create a values and all, just we'll see. Okay, just go ahead and search with that AUGN.
I have one question regarding the value set perspective. So, we have one is the rapid implementations and one is the manually. Okay. Now the rapid implementation will take care of everything like this structure and everything. Okay. But when we are going only use, let's say for example, now I'm going to use only for the chart of account values. Okay. And I'm going to load only the chart of account values through the rapid implementation thing. Rest of the things I'm going to create manually. So in this case also, we are supposed to use the same FPDI, or FPDI is getting changed as per our requirement actually. In this particular case, let's say for an example.
The same sheet, but the fields need to be updated with only that respective area. That's it.
Okay, so in this case, let's say for example, we are going to use only the values, all the things here, right? Then in this particular rapid implementation.
No, Shailendra. So 1 second. I'm sorry. Sorry, Nilendra. So my suggestion is, okay, good that you are more interacting better on the subject area. My suggestion is wait till that particular topics comes. Okay, because if we discuss, because whenever we are going to define our rapid process, right? So how the data is going to be prepared, because if we raise the questions advanced, right, I need to explain that time, I need to discuss all the time, all the discussion here, so it's going to be time consuming activity.
Okay, I'm sorry, because I thought that this is the value sets topic, so that's why I'm discussing. But anyway,
we are the rapid process, because try to understand, because
okay, rapid process altogether everything is separate only. I didn't know that actually, sorry.
No problem, because if something particular topic says you are thinking that, okay, this value set values definition we are discussing, and we are trying to configure values, just you are assuming that, okay, here we are discussed, but just let's wait for maybe one day, next on Monday we are going to talk about that. We are going to, and I'm going to show you where to do that.
Absolutely, no problem, no problem, sir.
Okay, so now let's simple come here. What we are going to do, just give some 2-3 values, that should be sufficient just for to understand how to define the values. Okay, and to complete your ledger definition and all. Okay, later whenever you do rapid process and all, right, we'll have a huge values, and we are gonna upload that, and we are gonna prepare the data and all. Almost 1 hour, 1.5 hour session we are going to spend the rapid process, so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, let's just say manage values. In case, just assume that there are some already values are there in company. In case, you can go ahead and search with that. The values will be available. Of course, here why the values are not available anything under company segment? Any one of you, please?
Because we have not added anything, na?
Exactly, correct. In case if you add values, you can able to see. Here, let's say what control we have given as part of company, how many values which have updated, like let me show you validation, how it's going to work. It will be easy for you to understand.
We have only given the primary balancing segment values.
No, that is segment label. Segment label is no more validation with the values. Okay, let me come back 1 second. Image chart switch. Okay, let's come here. Okay. So here, if you see company, just click on here. How many length we have given? 4. If I try to give a values more than 4, example, okay, just consider that. Okay, so here this is something company value, right? Just consider that this is something Adrian financials. Just assume that. Okay, when I try to save it, can I able to save this?
It will give the error,
because the value is gonna be, the value is too long. Validation is gonna be, if I update something 5, can I save? After that, you need to do the deployment and all. It will be allowed.
Yes,
but here 4 is there. When I try to save it, it will be saved. Just I'm giving some, like companies, just assume that. Okay, just I'm giving some values. Okay, that's it. Okay, well, these are all gonna be taken care here. In case if the summary is gonna be no, means it's a child value. If summary is yes, is nothing but your parent value. Of course, we are gonna discuss that in your rapid process. Okay, how this parent and child relation works and all. Anyway, allow budgeting and allow posting, by default it's gonna be yes. Okay, just say save. And once you search the details now, it will be fetched. Let's wait. Just come here. In case if you wanted to add something, you can go ahead and add that. In case you wanted to modify something, you can come here and modify that. Okay. So this is company is done. Same way you can define for few values for your account also. Account, you can take whatever the account you wanted to give. You can go ahead and update the account values as well. Okay, let's give some. How many validation here we have given for account? I guess it's also 4, right? Let's come here and let's see that. It's also 4. Okay. This validation, when we prepare your rapid process and all, there also we are going to provide that retain earnings. I'm giving some retain earnings account. And if you see, when it coming to company, whenever you define value set value company, you cannot see this account type. You cannot see this third
It
party
is coming
control.
based on our segment qualifier because we have given natural account, and that's why I think it's coming here.
No, not based on the even without giving that segment label also it will come, because this is a mandatory thing. Until unless if you don't provide it, it's not at all going to be captured. This is how, whenever you come to this particular area, all these fields are going to be available. So it's a return earnings account is a ownership equity. Okay. And third part.
Oh, sir, I have a question. Just a second. So in the account type, is there any change from EBS to basically Fusion?
No, account type, no. See, if you see, all are available. Same, if you remember, maybe in case if you have access to your EBS system also, you can check this.
Asset, expense, liability, owners, budgetary credit, budgetary debit was not there. Apart from that, everything was there. Asset, liability.
Budgetary debit, budgetary credit, something here, someone try to create accounting type. Basically, this not part, right? So they have created maybe as part of practice here. Okay. Otherwise, in general, I don't know why the people are creating a confusion here, creating all this. Okay. In general, accounting terminology always follow this. Even that credit debit is or budget related also, either it's going to be part of either liability, either asset, or either revenue. But here we don't see budgetary credit and budgetary debit is one of the account type, correct? But they have defined such a way. But this is a kind of confusion they are creating for their practice, whatever they wanted to do based on their requirement. But it's not at all going to be suggestible to do that in the instance. Okay, but in general there are 5 account types: 1, 2, 3, 4.
So only 5 account type is there.
Exactly.
Because of the test or something like that, these are available.
Exactly, correct. You are correct. In general, in real time, is won't be available. Okay.
Okay.
See, even they never create a account type. This total accounting process is going to be changed, right?
Yeah.
Let's
and in terms of just third party control account is there. Third party control account, so that is not posting my journal entries in my basically
general ledger
the
directly.
Supply ledger control account, correct?
Yes,
that
here
is the only purpose.
Yeah, same. This feature is already available. Third party control account. If, for example, if I say restrict to general manual here, you can see here. Only if you wanted to put this supplier or third party control account, you can see that. Means I don't want to perform any third party control account activities directly to your general ledger. That should be only through sub ledger level. I don't want to disturb anything. In case some exceptional cases, if the client requirement is there to restrict that particular in sub ledger or restrict something in your general ledger, then only we can select that. Or else you can leave that as it is. Okay. So third party control
and
is
reconcile.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You go ahead.
Yeah, reconciliation basically here, if you wanted to reconcile these values, okay. So here, if you wanted to reconcile this, yes, no option, it's you need to. And your financial category is one of the feature which is introduced. This can be used for your reconciliation purpose. Okay. Of course, we are going to see that. Okay. Financial category, we are going to see that. Okay. This reconciliation.
Okay, and reconcile is only for this clearing accounts, like the asset clearing account is there. Inventory accrual account is there.
Cash
clearing
yes,
account is there.
Yes.
So that sort of accounts we need to put as a yes, and later point in time we can use this reconcile functionality.
Reconcile functionality by default it should be no, but any specific account you wanted to put that, yes, we can put that as a yes option. Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. This is return earnings account. This is expense account. And you can take some other account like maybe admin you wanted to take, we can take that. Okay, so let's take with the account like cash expense, you can take that. Okay, this is which asset, which is which kind of account it is? Cash, it's asset account, right? Cash is
asset account,
expense,
yeah.
expense is expense. Let's take admin expense. Returning is ownership. Just here I am trying to create few accounts just to complete our ledger definition. Okay, let's say 7 plus. What else? Department. Yeah, department. How many characters you have been validation here? From here, with 2. Let's say that 01 is finance, 02 is marketing, 03 is marketing finance. Let's say HR.
Human resource.
Yeah, HR. Right, so you can give some 00 as a default. Okay.
Default, yeah.
Save and close. Once this is completed, you can give some future segment also. I don't want to give much values here. I wanted to give some default directly. Okay. You know, right? This is also 2 characters if I'm not wrong. You can come here and you can validate that also. Of course, if you remember, that is well and good. Yeah, just say save and close. Now what we have completed, now I have done with the value set values definition. Now my chart of accounts is ready. Okay, now I can go ahead and define our ledger definition. What is the use of ledger and what is the definition of ledger?
See, whichever the 4 C's we have defined, like chart of accounts, calendar, and currencies, that we are going to add those all 4 C's into our ledger, basically.
No.
Of course.
No.
Sorry?
See, we are gonna create the ledger by using that 4 C's. But what is the definition of ledger? It's my question.
Ledger is using for our transaction, basically, that is bookkeeping purpose. Like which are the transactions is that has to be gone through the ledger only, whether it's payables, receivables, every transaction. So that is for the bookkeeping purpose.
Yeah. So basically, yes, ledger basically, guys, I am expecting all the participants to be speak up. Okay, so yeah, so here the ledger definition is whatever you said, correct. The main purpose of ledger is to record our day-to-day transactions which are happen in your businesses. Okay, so by that we are gonna generate the reports. Ledger is, you can call it as a heart of the application. Even if you create subledger, AP, AR, fixed assets, cash management, everything, end of the day, everything, every transaction flow, which is gonna come and sit in your ledger only. By that ledger, using the ledger, the reports can be generated, okay, to know the financial situation of that particular organization. Total, how many sales are there, how many purchases are there, what are the total assets. By having all this information fetched to your general ledger application, from there reports can be generated. By seeing that reports based on the criteria, they are going to define that. Once you define, you will get to know what is happening with the organization. Organization is going in a, financially, they are going to track that. Of course, financials we are tracking just to track total financial information, right? To know the financial information of the organization. Okay, everything can be recorded in your ledger only. Okay, so now let's go ahead and define your primary ledger. Now I have completed all the configuration which I can able to complete the ledger definition, which the parameters which I can use as part of ledger definition. Everything is ready now. Let's go ahead and define your ledger. How to do that? Go to your manage primary ledger. Just say click on it. The moment once you click on it, of course, here you can see many ledgers which are available. Ignore about that. But in real time, the ledgers which are available in the system, those can be fetched. Or else, whenever you do the fresh implementation, this can show as a empty. You can just go ahead and create your ledger. The moment once you click on the add button, you can see here, as I mentioned, 4 C's, right? Chart of accounts, accounting calendar, currency, and accounting method. These 4 are mandatory. We have completed this. We have completed this. We have completed this. Anyway, accounting method we are going to use as a standard approval, which is already defined in the system by Oracle. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. What is the naming convention we are following? Same naming convention. You can update that. AUGN primary. You can update like as a USA primary. In real time also, we are going to follow the same thing, guys. Naming convention, you can suggest, and end of the day, that can be decided by the client. Okay. And in case if they give direct naming convention, just go ahead and follow that. The chart of accounts. So AUGN. See, if I don't follow one naming convention, what chart of accounts naming convention used? What is the naming convention used for accounting calendar? It's very tough for me to search that. Always follow one naming convention. It will be save your time and it will be helpful to complete the configuration quickly. AUGN, okay? And the currency. If you disable that USD currency from the managed currencies, that won't be available here. We have enabled that, and it's all these currencies which are available here. Anyway, we are going to define for US. Accounting method, these are all the standard accounting methods which are available in the system. This is something related to China. This is something related to accrual. This is something related to US federal. Okay, standard accrual would be the generic one which we need to consider. Okay, just say standard. Here, nothing to define anything extra here. Just these are all the things which we need to complete as part of your ledger definition. Here it's very simple. If you see the configuration, you feel that it's very simple. But whatever which you have defined, everything, the data can be fetched based on this area. Okay?
Sorry, just a second.
Yeah, please.
In terms of the accounting method, it is normally suggested that still you have the accounting method is the standard accrual only, but you have to define your own accounting method. You cannot use the standard accounting method in ABS I'm talking about. The reason behind that, currently it's made possible the company have a requirement to not change the SLA, but in future they might have a requirement to change the SLA according to the requirement. So, that's the reason it's always adjustable to the customized accounting method. So same rule is not applicable over here.
See, so the SLA, whenever you define any SLA, okay, so here, as part of our training, we are going to see by using the standard accounting method, correct? But when it coming to real time, in case if they wanted to, implement any SLA, any related, even either for AP, AR, any SLA, in case they wanted to implement that, we are gonna modify we are gonna create our own custom accounting method, and we are gonna map that account method to your ledger definition from the specified ledger option. Okay, we'll see that how to, in case future, in case future.
Okay. Even if you cannot change the SLA, I won't expect you to create the SLA. Just tell us where to create the accounting method. That's suffice our purpose.
Okay, sure. We'll discuss that. Okay. So now here as ledger definition is completed, correct? So if you see the configuration, you feel very, it's very simple process, but this is gonna be very, very important to track all your company information. But there are many dependencies on other areas, configuration and all. Okay. Now let's come to specify ledger options. Okay. Here, let me come back here. Sorry. Cancel it. Specify ledger options. So here you can see the scope. Okay. Let's just minimize this. Here, specify ledger options. Which ledger against you wanted to define your specify ledger options, where you can either go ahead and select from here, select and add. If in case you want to define any new ledger, yes, you can go ahead. You can create ledger from manage primary ledger options as well as from here also. Okay. Let's come here and just say select and add. What ledger you wanted to? In case AUGN, AU, just search with that.
AUG over ledger is then correct. AUG US primary ledger.
Just select that, just say save and close.
Save and close.
The moment once you save and close it, it's going to be available here. See, accounting method, as you mentioned, right? This is a editable field. In case if you define any ledger, like, any customization accounting method, correct? So you can come here and that will be available here. You can go ahead and map that. So in standard functionality wise, standard accrual, whatever the features which are there, that remains going to be same. Only the change which you wanted to define, you can go ahead and define, and that particular event you are going to modify, you can update that, and remaining other, for example, there are 20,000 events are there, just assume that. Only one event you are modifying, accounts payable related, liability account should be picked from so and so area. In that case, you can implement that. You can delete the existing event and you can update the event which you configured, and you can come here and you can map that accounting method. You can give your own naming convention, how to do that and all. That is part of your SLA, that is subledger accounting. Okay. Is that clear now?
Yeah,
Way
yeah.
to,
Yeah.
yeah. Here you can select the language called as English.
English or US English, something like that.
Let's come and search it.
So the US English, something like that, if I'm not remember. US. Yeah. Yeah.
American English. American
Yeah,
English.
So American English or British English. Yeah.
So this is the area we are gonna come many times. Okay, how to enable the journals and how to enable the suspense. What is the rounding difference account and all here, in case if you wanted to perform any reconciliation, and if you wanted to perform any general reversal criteria set, you can come here and you need to enable that. In case any intercompany related, you can come here and all. Okay. So time being, just whatever which is mandatory, we are going to update that. So return earnings account, which is mandatory, here we are going to update that. See,
so before coming over here, the return earning account needs to be defined. So that's the mandatory in account segment value, correct?
Exactly, correct. That's the reason why we have done that. See, how many segments which are showing here? Why showing 4 here?
Because we have defined 4 in our chart of account.
Exactly, correct. Let's come here. You can come and select that. So whatever which is mandatory for that reason to showcase, have defined all that. Okay. Just say. Just say save it. Just say save and close it. So these are all the things which you need to complete as part of your specified ledger option. In case, whenever you do any activity, in case if something which is missed as a mandatory, system will not allow to move on. Okay, let's quickly complete this, guys. Okay, because I thought to complete this and Monday, I thought to explain the rapid process and all, but okay, anyway, no issues. So we are going in detail discussion and all, that's fine. So let's go ahead and complete other activities like legal address, legal entity, and these are all very straightforward activities. We're going to define that. So see, if I wanted to define our legal, for example, if I wanted to create legal entity or company, you can call it in our general terminology. So without having address, I cannot able to create our company registration, correct? So first, for that reason, you need to define address. Okay, you can go ahead and quickly define your address, that is manage legal address.
So we can go a little bit slow now. This speed is fine. I mean, we can extend 1 or 2 sessions. That's fine.
No, these are something which anyway we are gonna discuss about rapid process, right? So for that reason, just I wanted to convey here. Okay, so we'll try to, hardly it's gonna take 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that. Okay, so if you see country address, one is you can give what is address naming convention following AUGN address. Okay, just give some naming convention address 1. Give some address to whatever. Here, already I shown you in geographical validation how to be validated and all. In case if I wanted to enter some text data, how should be allowed. So in geographical area, you need to just enable that. Then only it will be validation. You need to enable that. Then only the data validation can be happened. In case if you don't enable that, whatever the text you wanted to enter, you can go ahead and enter that. But that is not at all going to be recommended. Okay. Let's go ahead and search with your postal code. Let's search with any one of the number. There are some sequence number 5, 6 and all. You can see that. What happened? It's still patching. Okay. Okay. Let's take any one of the. But in real time,
this is just a common address that we are taking. Yeah.
Yeah. But in real time, you need to be very careful on all this information because that can be provided by the client. But here, training, we are taking some whatever you feel that. Okay. Well, next, legal entity. Okay. I will show you why the legal address and legal entity is interlinked. Let me show you. Manage legal entity. Manage legal entity. Guys, practice is the only one solution to understand the navigation better. Okay. Without doing a practice, navigation feel that bit, critical. But doing a practice, navigate many times, it will be easy for you. So here, manage legal entity. Here, if you select that, if you see, select and add. So here I wanted to create a legal entity. So let's say just select and add, just say apply and go to task icon. Just see here. Here, in case if you already define your legal entity, you can come here and you can just search with that. In our case, we have not defined legal entity. So just say create new. Okay, just say apply and go to task. The moment once you click on apply and you go to task icon, yet these many are the legal entries which are available here. But in case if you wanted to create a new, just say create new. Here, name, country, under which country you wanted to define that. As I mentioned, legal address which you have defined, correct?
United States.
Yeah, legal address which you define. This is a mandatory field. I cannot go ahead and select any one of the legal address which is available in the system. I wanted to show you from the scratch. So for that reason, I'm showing after defining that. Okay. So here legal address. Okay. You can give some, you can take any other legal address, but we are doing our own configuration for one country just as part of our discussions. So same way we are following that. Okay. Let's give a naming convention AUGN, right? Legal entity, or you can give a UGN USA legal entity. Okay, well, legal identifier, basically this can be given by local authorities and but let's take some number and start date, and here this is something which is not mandatory, and here payroll, this is something can be taken care by the payroll. Here legal employer, in case if you wanted to consider this as a legal employer, yes, you can enable that. And a place of registration, place, you can update that. EI10 PIN number, you guys are aware, right? In India, we'll follow the TIN number. Every organization, they maintain one TIN number for once they register. Let's use some number, whatever the number. It's not restricted. You need to maintain this many numbers. It's not like that. And LRS, legal reporting unit registration number also, we can enter that. So as part of legal entity, you need to make sure the country and the name and the identifier and the legal address. And these are some mandatory fields you need to update. In place of registration, if you wanted to just update something, maybe you can update that. Just say save and close. So if you wanted to go ahead and search the legal entity, whatever which you created now, you can go ahead and search that. Earlier, we have used the create new option. Now, let me show you by querying the legal entity. Just say here, AUG. The naming convention is very, very important, guys. Okay. Just follow the same. If you update some other naming convention, you can come here.
So here we have attached our legal address to a legal entity, correct?
I'm sorry. Can you please come again?
Here we have attached our legal address to a legal entity. That's the reason legal address created first and then created the legal entity.
Correct. You are correct. Basically, for that reason, we are maintaining one sequence. Okay. And real time also, everything is going to be interlinked. For example, if I put a legal address here, does not make any sense, right? So rather having here, if I put it here, does not make any sense. So for that reason, not only for this particular module, all the modules are updated in a sequential manner. You need to consider, in case once you go for an interview and all, you can, okay, can you tell me what are list of common configuration which you do for general ledger? Simple, you can go ahead and explain this. This will be helpful for your testing or practice, and this will be helpful for your any interview discussion, or this would be generic information which will know what is the sequence and all. Okay, well, now this is completed. Okay, this assigning legal entity to primary ledger, how to map that, and balance segment, how to map that, and how to complete your primary ledger definition hierarchy, everything will, these three topics we'll discuss maybe on Monday. Post that, we'll go ahead and start doing the activity through rapid process. Okay, is that clear, or any questions? So my expectation is, please be more proactive, all the participants. Well, Niletra is is good in, because he's already real-time experience guy. It's good that he is already aware the process and also is involving better. Same way I'm expecting for all other participants. So particular topic wise, whenever we discuss, so if you raise more questions, so that we can discuss and we can clarify that. Okay, that way we can move on. So training would be in a very proactive manner, that will move on. Okay, it does not mean that, okay, it's not, I'm not pushing all you to raise a queries. In case if something you feel that it's a generic query, just raise that. It does not mean that raising the queries only the person is, no, it's not like that. Okay, I understand. Some maybe, someone may be new to the system, they may not be able to raise the queries immediately, maybe next day. That is also fine. Okay, hoping that everyone is clear. Arya, Sirpon, Niletra, Happy, Rao, Happy,
Yeah.
Upadhyay, clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, I have just
Yeah.
one small question actually.
Mhm.
So let's say, for example, this is GL is going on. So
Mhm.
approximately today is 23rd actually, So when we are going to finish actually this particular module, GL module?
Targeting by next week.
Okay. So
Targeting
somewhere
by next.
around, okay. See why I'm asking, because after that I may go for the certification exam, along with that if I complete setups and all. So, that's the reasons I'm asking. So in that case, can you just help me for little bit on certification case as well? How to book?
Certification exam, basically here there are some dumps should be there. Okay, I'm telling you, whatever the process which you are discussing, it's not at all gonna come any out of 50 questions, only one or two questions or maximum 5 questions will come from here. Other things are not at all gonna come. There are some different dumps. I don't know why Oracle, doing that kind of practice. Okay, even we have given many times feedback. The questions are more not at all gonna be relevant to your regular practice.
Yeah, that I can understand.
Yeah.
And
So,
even, fine, you can go ahead. I will tell you later. Yeah.
So until unless if you don't have a dumps from your organization, whatever the company which you are working for, you can ask them the dumps, whatever the dumps which they have, either 21, 22, and 23 dumps. So each dump may have 60 questions. If you prepare 60 into 3, 180 or 200 questions, so that you will be able to clear your assessment. Otherwise, yeah. So do you
Correct.
have a
I got it.
dumps with you?
No, I don't have a dumps with me. Later on, see, I will take the dumps once I complete the, program. Because see, dumps, I can even give the exam based on dumps even now as well. But my practical thing is that let me, hands-on with the GL, then with the dumps. So I have both the things available. Definitely, in the future, the hands-on only is available. This certification is only for the client purposes, not for the me, my purposes. This only
Okay,
for the
okay.
client purposes.
Okay, so once you do the practice and also you can correlate the practice and how the dumps questions are there, so that it will be easy for you to understand.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the logic.
Okay, definitely you can go ahead and do that, not a problem. Any additional support and all, maybe we can discuss offline on that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, hoping that by hoping that everyone is clear. By this, I wanted to conclude the session for today. And so utilize the time tomorrow and after tomorrow, the topics which are covered so far. In case any issues related to URL or any challenges and all, please talk with Prasad, or else you can just let me know. Let me know in the sense, just ask Prasad to coordinate so that he will coordinate, or else he will directly contact to me any challenges and any issues on the URL area. Okay. Take care and happy weekend.
Thank you.
And we'll
Thank you.
regroup back on
Yeah.
Monday, same time. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.